friends and my YouTube friends this morning. We're going to be using this piece of wood. This is a little piece of scrap wood that I have out of my building. And so I've gone ahead and done the outside because it does need to dry, because if you put your paper on when you have all that coffee grunge and it's not dry, it can be too much coffee grunge. So I went ahead and did that. So I went ahead and used my coffee grunge with Tracy's picture on it. This is 1 cup of lukewarm or hot water, 1/2 cup of instant coffee. Make sure that you are using instant coffee. It has to be able to dissolve. 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. The vanilla can be imitation, that's what I use, and the cinnamon can be from anywhere that you want. Just buy you a big thing of cinnamon. You're going to be using it if you love grunge. So that's what that is. That's what I used on the outside. And then I took a little bit of my cinnamon and just put a little bit of cinnamon kind of around as well. So we're going to be using that, and we'll probably do some more grunge. And then I've got some little boxes like this. These came from the dollar store, and I went ahead and grunged those up. So let me show you the print that I'm using today. And I'm using this print. It's called, this one's the Walker & Sons Coffee Company, the oatmeal freshly roasted coffee. It has a little of the blackbirds or crows on the bottom. Isn't that cool? So I do want to take, let me move this off. I do want to take the other sides off. I just took part of them off. I'm going to use this back, but let me use this right now to get the rest of our sides off here. I forgot to take those off. So let's get those off. This came from mothertime.com. Now, you have to join her email group to get the free. And don't just join and get one thing and then cancel, because that's not right, y'all. Now, she may have this on Etsy or somewhere, I don't know, but this was offered if you signed up for her newsletter, which is very interesting. She gives you some good ideas, and then she will give you some free printables. And this whole set, if you signed up, I got this whole set, and I will show you the rest of the set as well. Let me get this off. This is rice paper. I'm going to cut this one because it's being a little persnickety this morning, but that's okay. We'll just cut it off a little bit and get it on off of here. There we go. Sometimes when you have those little pieces. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just using this tool from Amazon and getting that off with that. Good morning. Good to see everybody today. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Min from the Pink Llama, and Kimberly from Crazy Craft Company. If y'all see my friends on here, give them a follow as well. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure that you are hitting that subscription button. I definitely would love to have you on my platforms. Almost got this one. Let me get this one off. So I just thought this would be, I was kind of looking at it and deciding what I wanted to do with this today, and I thought the little boxes would be cute as well, so we'll just do those. All right, that'll work. We're close enough. So now I've gotten it all torn off and ready. Okay. And I am just going to use my own glue and water podge to put this on. And this will pretty much fit the whole thing. And then we'll do a little grunge on the side or some wax. So I'm using, it's just glue and water. You're supposed to do like 1 cup of glue to 3 cups of water, something like that. That's a little thin for me, so I don't really go by that. I just put it in here, see what I like. I want it about like this. Don't want it too thick, not too thin. And we're just going to use that today. Okay, I was just making sure I had the right one here. Yeah, I did. I'll make sure I had that right, the correct paper that I need. And I will show y'all the other ones. Happy Monday. Hey, Fatima. And I probably will give this an iron as well. I do have the iron on to make sure. I meant to put the gloves on, but that's okay. We'll be all right. Listen, this grunge washes off. You're good. Hey, Linda. And Nancy, good to see you today. If I don't speak to you, I may not see you, or I may be busy, but I welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're not a member of Craft Around the Clock, the link is above. And you also can go to my YouTube channel and follow me there. Give me a subscription, subscribe to my page. I appreciate that. I'm just going to get this a little dry before I iron it, so that we don't have too much of that coming through our print. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I'll show you the other ones. She sent this whole set. And then she sends a, usually sends a printable each week, and she is a sweetheart. If y'all never watched her, she has some great ideas. Oh no, my iron's kind of hung up here. There we go. And I'm just going to give it a little iron here. And she's already done the background to where it looks like an old sign. It's grungy, runny, all those things already on the back side. So there we go. Isn't that cute? It's just cute, just like that, isn't it? I'm going to put that one to the side for a minute, and we're going to look at our other two. Let's get these. These are just those little boxes, y'all, that you can get at the dollar store. I thought they would be cute like this for shelf sitters. That was my idea. Let me kind of make sure I've got I put some cinnamon around these as well. There we go. I think I like those too. All right, let me show you the rest of the set. So here's the set of 4. It's flour, coffee, fine tea, and sugar. And then she gives you one in the big ones with flour, sugar, and the coffee. And there I think there was a big one of all of them. I may not have printed out the tea, but there's also a tea. So all of those. I've got this one here that we got a grunge. So here's the small ones. So I was trying to decide if I wanted flour and sugar, if I wanted the tea. I think I'm going to do the tea and sugar is what I'm going to do on there, and maybe put the flour on this one. So let's go ahead and grunge this one up and let it just be sitting and drying. We'll take our good paper off. I'm just going to put those back there out of my way for a minute. Hopefully that'll stay. I got the fan on. There we go. All right, let's just grunge this one up. Grunge it up. Now, you can put a little extra coffee around the side if you want to, or you can put cinnamon. It's up to you. Kimberly, these are from Mother Time, and you have to sign up for her newsletter. And I've got the information. I'll put it in the comments for you. And please, y'all, if you do sign up with a subscription to friends that do this, that give away free printables and all those things, please don't just go and get them and then get out, because that's just not right. That, you know, they're kind enough to do that. Their newsletters are interesting. I get newsletters from a couple of different people that do free printables. One of them, she doesn't even do it but maybe once a month. And they're great people that just love to just share with other people. They just have a good heart, want to share graphics with other people. So there are a lot of graphics like that on. Now, I still love my 2 ladies that I do because I love their prints. But every once in a while, I just want to show y'all something a little different. See how pretty that is on there? Didn't that come out gorgeous? And I dug down in the bottom and got a little bit of that grunge. I think they're going to be cute. Hey, Laugh, Love, and Craft. Hey, Deborah. All right. So let's do a little bit of cinnamon on there. Now, I just like mine to look a little bit grungier, so I take a little bit of cinnamon and put on the side, tap it off. It's going to stick with that because it's wet. So it's going to stick. You can also use some glue and water if you forget and want to do it afterwards. Just take a little bit of your glue and put on there. Y'all, I did touch it a minute, so let me get that fixed back. You can always put some more on there. We'll let that one kind of dry. And we'll work back with these two. And I'm okay if they get in the stuff because I'm going to fix the back of them anyway. All right, let's put this one on there. Same way. Just going to put the glue and water. Now you can put any kind of decoupage medium you want to. I just thought I would use some of the glue today. This is just going to be a project that is more budget friendly for some of you that wanted something budget friendly. And so I decided to just do these. Now, how many of you like grunge? If you like grunge, give me a heart. Float me a heart right now if you like these grungy look. Patricia, new brush. No, I've had this brush. This is one that was donated to me, and I don't know if it was an artist brush or what, but I use it. It's very, very soft, and the coffee stain, it rinses right out of it. Because your coffee stain is nothing but coffee and water and the cinnamon vanilla. It's a natural thing. I will tell you, if you're going to leave it sitting out, like I leave mine sitting out now, make sure you use distilled water in there, okay? Distilled water will keep it from like getting moldy and yucky. I use mine up too quick to really get moldy, but you do want to kind of think about that. So we got that. Let's get that out of the way. Let's dry these up just a tad, just to dry that glue just a little bit. Oh, I need one on this too. This one's still a little wet, so I think I'm gonna have to dry it. And then I'll put some glue on there. Hey, Robin from Zimi's Simple Designs, how are ya? Yes, let's see if it tells her. It's www.mothertime, and it's mother THYME, like time, like the herb.com. And she is a sweet, sweet, sweet lady. And very talented at the things that she does as well. So let's put our little sugar on there, kind of line that up. I'm not going to do a lot with these, y'all. Like you could use some molds on here if you want to. I just kind of want them simple for a rustic. And I'm going to order some crows next time Tracy has some of those crows. Oh my goodness. They got sold out before I could get any. And I love those. Oh my goodness. Those are so cute. I'm going to have to make me some things. I'm gonna get to sewing again and make some things. But look how cute those are. Just simple. And I'm going to finish the back off. You could use the inside, but they were a little bit too big, and I didn't want to cut any off. So I just went ahead and used the other side. But use the other side if you're getting these little boxes. They make great shelf sitters. Let's get this one dry, and we'll go ahead and put that. Did I tear that one? Yeah, I did. We'll use a flour. The only one left was the coffee, and since I was doing a big coffee, I thought I would do these three like this. So this is about dry. Hey, Carol. Thank you for sprinkled and sprinkled this morning. Good morning. Hey, Mary. Y'all, even if you don't like grunge, these are so cute. And you could do different things. It doesn't have to be these particular ones. And if you don't like all that grunge, you don't like this dark grungy, do it light. You can do it as light or as dark as you want to. You can take some out of your brush and just barely touch it and make it a little lighter. You also can add water. So see, you can just make it a little lighter. But if it's too dark for you, then take your coffee grunge, put some more water with it, and make it a lighter stain. You know, you can stain wood and everything with it. So you can stain some furniture, anything you wanted with it. You definitely could. And y'all, I'm going to the edge of my glue with a piece of my sponge that doesn't have grunge on it, because you do get the grunge on there. So I'm going to put my new side here on. And I'm going to put that out of the way. I'm just putting a little bit of this glue. I'm just kind of patting it on so I make sure that I don't pull any of my stain off. But this is a great natural stain. You see Tracy use it all the time. And if you are needing to stain something, use something natural. I tell you, some of these stains are so harsh and so strong. I love being here with y'all today. Okay, let's get this one on. Are we good? Oh my. All right, get this one on. Get it a little put down on the sides. Now, I'm deciding if I'm going to do mine grungy. Now, I might just use what's in my brush. But if I wanted to lighten it a little bit, I could put a little bit of extra water on it. And just, you know, lighten it up a little bit. So I'll just put a little water with what's in my brush. And we'll lighten it up a little bit to put around the edge. There we go. Finally got that working. So I got a little bit off where it's not so dark. Let's see if this will work. It's not quite as dark, but I like mine with the grunge. So if you don't like this, get yours a little, wash your brush out. Wash your brush out if you want to. Just kind of take your fingers and kind of grunge the edges with your finger. That way it just looks like it goes right in. Isn't that pretty? So if this is too much for you, take your brush, wash it out, then just put you a little bit of water and just lighten it a little bit if you want to. Now I'm just going to put that right to the side. I'm not going to worry about tearing that off. I'm just going to make it wrap around. Did you see it's not overly dark? It looks like it goes there. It's not overly dark. It did lighten it a little bit. I'm going to put these over here out of our way. I do also have some coffee. I might put a little coffee on there. I'm trying to decide. I might put that on the big one, maybe not on these. I'm using that same brush, y'all. I have not changed it, put any more in it. I'm just using what I have and just going around the edges, just lightly, lightly. You could go over the whole thing if you want to, but I don't want to take away from the print. Isn't that pretty? Simple, simple, right? All right, now let's get back to our coffee grunge right here. I'm going to get that. What do I do with that paper? There it is. Hey, Stephanie, how are you today? Honey and Bear Creates. Y'all go follow my friends. If you're not following them, go give them a follow. I'm going to do a little bit on this one. I've still got that same brush. If I need more, I can get more. And I am going on into the picture, and then I'm just taking my finger and wiping it back a little bit. This is going to cover those little white edges. It's going to make it look more grunge. Now, I did just wipe some off there, and I will put that back when I get through. Sometimes it's not quite dry, and you might accidentally take some off. I'm still using that same brush. Didn't put any more in it. I'm just going all the way around it with my brush. Now it looks like an old sign. Okay, I do notice right here I accidentally took some off. So what I'll do is let that dry really well, and then I'll go back and put a little bit more. Now I could also put a little coffee on there. So we could take a little bit of our coffee. And this is just the, from, what's that store called? The less expensive store. Can't even think of what the name of it. Not Walmart, the grocery store. That's where that's from. I just can't think of the name right this second. Aldi. There we go. Hey, Pam. Hey, Totally Together with Brenda. Okay, I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue right in there. And I'm just going to take a couple of coffee grounds. Now, you can kind of squish them in your finger a little bit if you don't want them as big as they are. Just take them in your fingers and do them. Now, I know a lot of people say you should have gloves. I don't care because it comes off. Listen, it washes out. It washes out. And if you ordered from me, I am trying to get my packages out today. Get all those. I've billed everybody. You should have a bill. We had our sale on Friday on Craft Around the Clock. Now I'm going to take a little of that off right in there. And look how the coffee grunge. See how that just made it look a little bit more old right there? I'm going to do that in just a couple of places. I'm not going to put it all the way over on it, but I am going to do some a little bit like right down here in the corner. Just add some glue. I'm going to get a little bit more glue. I'm going to kind of pour that because it's starting to get kind of grungy. I'm going to have to get another sponge. I'm just going to put a little bit right in here and put a little bit more of that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to 10:30. We're good. We're good. I decided to come on Monday this week to start my Monday off with you. All right, and then you can just kind of brush it back if you got too much. And look how good that looks. That looked good and grungy. I do have a crow, and we're going to see if the crow will look good here on the corner somewhere. Let me put a little bit more right in here. Doesn't have to be a lot. You can control how much you want. And I think that looks like just an old sign that you would pick up that's rusty and crusty. I like that. Let me get this off a minute. I'm going to look at my crow. I thought about putting it down here at the bottom. I'm not sure. Let me get another wipe. This does make a little bit of a mess, but it's fun. It's a fun mess. You're loving it? It is. It's a fun mess. It's a pretty easy craft. Okay, y'all, let me get a paper towel now. Yeah, I might put a little coffee on the boxes as well. I think that might be cute too if I have time. Okay, here's my crow. Now, I had a crow. I kind of cut it down, make it a little bit smaller. So I got this little crow, and I didn't want to cover up the little crow down here. And I kind of wanted to put a crow on the corner, but I don't know if I might have to cut him down just a little bit more because he is kind of big. Or I could put it on one of these. I kind of wanted it on here, but I'm afraid it's going to kind of cover up our piece here. We could put it here on the corner. It's only going to cover up a little bit. Kind of like it. Let's paint it up and let's see. I did do some coffee stain on it, but I'm also going to put a black on top and scrape it off a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of Licorice by Paint Pixie. You have coffee everywhere, but it smells delicious in here. Y'all know I'm a coffeeholic, so I got my coffee right here. And a little bit of the Onyx, which is a metallic color. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. It just gives it a beautiful color. Let me get another brush. Let's see if this one's good. See if I could get a little thicker one. I like that one. I think we'll get this one. Yeah, this one will work. So a lot of my brushes have been donated to me. I do have a lot of the Paint Pixie brushes, but I also have a lot of brushes that were donated to me. And when I'm using coffee grunge and stuff, I use some of my older brushes. And we're just going to put the black on top of that. You could leave it in the brown if you want to. I like that metallic because it gives it a little bit of a shimmer. I need some little crows. So I'm gonna have to check out Grace and Tattered Lace and see if she's got some little crows. If not, I'm gonna talk her into doing me some little crows if she's got a pattern. I think this one I bought from somebody, and I was going out to cut my own on my little bitty saw last night, and then I decided I would just cut this one down a little bit. And I just took one of those little small scroll saws and did it. But I can cut things out with my scroll saw, and I do sometimes. I need to get some more wood, but I do cut a lot of my boards and everything that I use. See how cute it's looking? I like the color. It's just a little shimmery, this black looks so good when it dries. It's a beautiful black color. I do love it. Let's see if I can get that edge a little bit. Okay. Let's get that good and dry. Hey Ruby, good to see you today. Thank you for sprinkling. Good morning, Cultivating Keepsakes. How are ya? Aren't they cool labels? They are. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Robin. Welcome on in. And we are going to take our white, and I'm going to use a little bit of the white sand in a metallic and put an eye on here. I'm going to sand him up a little bit and then put a little eye. And I do have a little sunflower too, so I may use that sunflower, I'm thinking. I think that's dry now. It feels dry. Okay, let's take our sandpaper, and I want to do a little bit more of a coarse sandpaper. And I'm just going to take a little bit off the edge. I don't know if that brown will show through or if it'll go all the way. I'm hoping the brown will show through a little bit instead of just the wood. Because I like mine to look more primitive, and primitive is kind of where you kind of sand off a little bit. Just make it look a little bit more primitive. And I do try to do some of the sides as well. It's not a lot. It's not a lot you're taking off. Just a little bit around the edges just to make it look a little bit more vintage, more rustic. See, it's just a little bit around it. And you don't have to do that part. You can leave it solid as well. I just like mine that way. Okay, now let's take it and let's put a little bit of this white sand metallic. I'm gonna make a little eye. Get it open. This one hasn't been open. Okay. I'm just gonna take my little tool here. This is just one of those little dot tools you can get at the dollar store. And speaking of the dollar store, Friday, we are having Fun Friday. It's going to be dollar store items. Y'all stay tuned on Craft Around the Clock because that's going to be fun. And I'll just put just one little eye on it. Doesn't have to be a lot. Let's see how we're going to like that. Let's move our coffee back off. This, I might use a little more on these though. Let me leave that out. I just thought about that. We have time, we'll do that. Let's put that up, move that. Let me dust this off a little bit. And I'm not gonna waste that coffee. I'm gonna put it right back here in the top. Y'all know I don't waste too much. All right, let's take this back, let's see. Now, I'm not gonna put a bow on it, but I did make a tag, so I may use that tag. And I've kind of got this coffee grunge still to dry over here, but I'm thinking I might put it right here. Let me see where else I could put it. Could put him over here on the side. Okay, so he could go right here. And it's just going to take out a little bit of the C, but that would be okay if we put it on that corner. I could have painted the other way, the other direction. He's looking back on this picture. Or I could put it over here. And then that would just take off that little one there. So I'm thinking that would be okay to kind of put it on the bottom, and that wouldn't cover up very much. Don't y'all think? You like that? Let's see which one we want to do here. Just going to do that. Because it is going to hang, I believe. I might do mine as a shelf setter. I don't think I have any wall space, so I'm going to make sure he's up good. You like it? Thank you. Put some hot glue. Whee. I'm just going to put it right here on that edge. It's just going to cover up that one little E on the coffee, which I'm okay with. Putting it right there. Look, look. I think it's cute. Okay. I've got a little tag. We got to decide if we want to put this little tag on here. I think it might kind of cover. I could make it smaller. Now I do have a sunflower. I'm thinking about the tag for a minute. I do have a sunflower. This one's a little big. I do have this one. I think the sunflower would be cute on there. I like it. Yeah, I need some small crows. I do too. I love using the crows. I'm just going to put it right there. And that'll give it a little look. I like that. I thought about putting this sunflower right here on the bottom. I'll show y'all. I thought about it. Let me cut this off a little bit. It's very muggy in here, y'all, so I am kind of glistening today. That is the Southern girls glisten, okay? It's not that hot. It's just very muggy from all the rain and everything. I thought about putting a sunflower right there. Give me a heart if y'all like that. Kind of thought about just putting one right there. It could go in the coffee. Could go on the O. So if it float me a heart if you like it in the middle. Thumbs up if you like it on the O. Kind of like this little sunflower. I do have others. Let me see what I did with the sunflowers. I stuck them somewhere where I could find them. Here they are in the drawer. I see them. Let's see what others I've got. Oh, I've got one of these. These are like the little flat ones. I've got one of these. These are cute. You like it at the bottom? That one's cute and it's not as big. You like it right there? Let's see if I've got some others. Y'all, I love sunflowers. Now, I love, love, love the orange ones. I've only got one left right now of these, but I might have some more in my fall stuff. I used to start using sunflowers, and I've got sunflowers coming up right now, so I'm anxious for them to come out, and hopefully they bloom. Y'all like it right there? Yep, you do? All right. I see some hearts. Yeah, this one's a little smaller, Mary. Anita doesn't want sunflowers. Okay. I like the sunflowers. I have sunflowers, so I'm going to use that one. I like it. You don't like it, you like to put it on there. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. I like it with the sunflowers. I think it's kind of cute myself. I like it. Now, I don't think I'm going to put any more coffee up here at the top. I am going to put a little bit more right in here because it looks like I knocked off a little bit. So let me get a little bit more glue because we've got some time. And we'll put a little coffee on the other sides. And I may put a sunflower on there. You don't think it's needed, Sue? Well, yeah, do you. You definitely can not put it on there if you don't want it. Just do you. You could also put some little stars or some little hearts. I like stars as well, but my other things have stars, and I thought, let's do something a little different. You know, sunflowers can be used all year, so it doesn't have to be a season thing. But I'm kind of liking it like that. Kind of liking it. I think the tag is too much, so I don't think I'll put the tag on there. You could make a little tag and put it on your crow, or you could put a little piece of jute for a bow on there. That would be cute as well. So I'm just going to put these on here, make that coffee stick on there. And I think I've got that one done. I think I like that one. It's got a hanger already on the back. Isn't that pretty? Kind of like it. All right, let's see what we can do with these. Let's see if we want something on these. I'm going to try to think on if I want any of the... Now this tea, this one has the crow on it. The other ones are just plain. You could do these on some bags. You could do these on some canvas. I think they would be really... Thank you, Stephanie, the Vintage Pebble. Hey, sweetheart. My hair's like a sticky mess this morning from the rain. And then I got out yesterday and it kind of got wet. When I went outside to check something, all of a sudden the rain came and we were in the yard. So it's just kind of a... Yeah. It's kind of a whatever this morning. I did pick it out a little bit, but And I need a haircut. I've got to go get a haircut. I got to call my lady today. So I'm kind of thinking, I wish I had a little bitty crow. That would be so cute if I had a little bitty crow. Let's put a little coffee on here, on these, on the side. I'm going to put a little bit of that here. A little instant coffee, yeah. It is humid. Oh my goodness. And y'all, it's humid everywhere. And I was looking at some of the videos this morning where people had hail and everything else in Texas. I am praying for you. They had now y'all, it rained all day yesterday, and the creeks and the rivers and everything is really high. For some reason, these young men decided at 9 o'clock last night to go out on some floats out on one of the Cahaba River here. Thank the Lord they were all safe and sound, but they had to have somebody saw them or something, because they could not get anybody on the cell phones, or their cell phones got wet, something. And thank goodness somebody either heard them, saw them, and got them help, and all 4 of them are okay. But y'all, 9 o'clock at night, especially when it's been raining and storming, you do not need to be out on some water. I don't know, you know, boys will be boys, but I'm telling you, it was very scary. They had everybody in that town was out, you know, but thank goodness that they were okay. But that's just a scary situation. You just don't ever know. And there's been some not so good things happening. That one looks good. I like that one. No, you don't have to do this. If you don't like it, you definitely don't have to. You definitely don't. Let's see. That one's going to be in the middle. Let's do this one up here. I just like a little coffee, just for something a little different here. You definitely can do you. You're just putting it in your fingers and just doing it like this. Now, it was sunny most of the afternoon yesterday, so we did get a few things done. My husband got some things done in the yard. I got all my packages done, so I got those done. So, all right, we'll do this one the same way. And you see how it turns into grunge? See how it's drying? So you can put more or less, up to you which one you want to do. Definitely do you. The glue is what makes it kind of get where it looks like that, and you can put more on there or you can put less. I just like the coffee. I think it's okay with it. The coffee at you can get Walmart coffee, any kind of coffee, instant coffee you want. Sometimes it's on sale. I look for it to be on sale, like at some of the bigger grocery stores. Rarely do they have instant coffee on sale. Every once in a while, but I found that this at Aldi is a little bit less expensive than what you get at the Walmart. Believe it or not. Yeah, Aldi's pretty good sometimes. We have several of the Aldis here. And Aldi also bought out Winn-Dixie. If you have Winn-Dixie stores, Aldi has bought them out. So they are going to be changing those stores as well. That is in the works. They've already changed some here. And y'all, I don't waste this. I just put it right back in there. All right, let's get a clean side. Let's get this off now. I think I've got enough of that. Put that in the garbage. See if I can get my hands kind of clean where I don't get them all over the things. Thank you. Okay, y'all. Hold on just a sec.